Hello, and find that lovely comfortable position, or actually go to the less comfortable position. If you're not sitting cross-legged, you've got other choices. You can sit, you can kneel, you can have your legs out extended in front of you. You do not have to sit in Sukhasana if Sukhasana just isn't comfortable for you today. And you also have the option always of using a cushion or a pillow or a rolled up blanket or something to support yourself. So you can always pop something under your thighs if you just feel like you need a little bit more support. Or you can sit on a cushion if you want your hips to be higher. So play with it and always adapt to suit you. Best to be comfortable and make sure that your sit bones are on the floor. That's all we're looking for, really. We want to have that stability in the pelvis. You want to have that support and that feeling of grounding and connection. And I invite you to perhaps close your eyes now and think about that connection. Think about the solidity of the surface that you're sitting on and let go. Let go of any tension. Allow yourself to be held and supported. So from there, we can start to stack up, not just in the spine, but in the front of the spine as well. So the front of the body, the back of the body, the sides of your body as well. So getting some length, and let's have a little bit of movement from side to side. So as if you're just sliding your rib cage or rocking your rib cage from left to right, just a gentle movement. And think about those floating ribs, your lower ribs, as being the ones that are moving. And don't worry if you're tipping slightly side to side. Doesn't have to just be a sideways movement. Just getting a little bit of movement there, finding your hips, finding the hip flexors, waking up some of those muscles in your lower back and mid back. And noticing where you're feeling any twinges or any stiffness or nothing at all. That's just as important, to find the areas where you feel like there's really nothing going on. And then you can wake those areas up. So come back to center. And then we're going to do something a little bit similar in that we're just going to lean forward and round the back, lean back and send the sternum up. So we're just still playing with the rib cage. That's what the similarity is. We're not sliding from side to side. We're more lifting and curling. So small movements, but thinking still about the point in your spine where your rib cage starts and where your ribs are connected to your spine. And bring your shoulders into it. So as you move, opening up, bring your shoulder blades together to the front as you move, folding forward, taking your shoulder blades away from each other. You go at your own pace, wave-like, moving through full range of small movement, not a big movement there. It's just you feeling that movement. And then come to center again. We're going to move up a little bit into the neck. So chin to chest, that lovely, 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 simple, so important movement. So allowing your head to be heavy and not allowing the rest of your spine to curl around. So we're still keeping that length in the spine, still keeping the sit bones gently relaxed, allowing your chin to just be close to your chest. And then drawing an arc with your chin, just coming only back to center. We're going to go right ear to right shoulder. So here, isolate those shoulders, keep an eye on them mentally, allowing them no movement, but without contracting all the muscles in your shoulders. We want them to be relaxed and to just be hanging out, not moving, not engaged. And looking for that really lovely stretch just down the side of the neck, and the back of your ear, around maybe even the top of your ear. And then back to center and let's go over to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. And start to notice your breath as we move through these gentle stretches. Breathing in just through your nostrils, not through your mouth. Your nose is your breathing machine, your breathing equipment. So use it, try and use it exclusively through your yoga session today. Just allowing that weight, noticing if you've got tension in your hands or your feet, letting go if you have. And then coming back to center. Taking your chin once more to your chest. And this time, tucking your chin in towards your chest. So see if you can get your chin to touch the top of your chest. And we're squeezing all the muscles in the neck and throat. As if you're trying to create as many double chins as you possibly can. Really engaging that jaw, pushing into chest. And release. Slowly drawing a line with your chin, a nice arc all the way up. And this time we are coming to bring the back of the head to the top of the back. So relax here for a moment. Lift your sternum. Give yourself as much space in the throat and neck as you can. And allow your head to be heavy. Allow your jaw to be softly relaxed. Open mouth, perhaps. But still breathing in through your nostrils. Now staying here and sending your tongue up towards the ceiling. So point your tongue as high up as you can, getting right into the back of the tongue, the neck, the throat. And then release, bring your tongue back. Staying here in this position, I know we're almost finished. So taking your tongue out of your mouth and take it to the left side. The center and over to the right. So if you're trying to just lick a crumb off the corner of the right side of your mouth. Relax your mouth and jaw at the same time and bring your tongue back to where it normally sits and then gently bringing your head back to center. Nice, really slow with this movement because we've been there for quite some time. And then once more, bringing your chin to your chest, finding that stretch in the back of the neck again and softening through your shoulders. Well done. Coming all the way back up. So we're going to come into Baddha Konasana. If Baddha Konasana doesn't feel comfortable for you today, then stay in Sukhasana, but change the cross of your legs or extend your legs out. We're going to be going to extended legs out next anyway. But if Baddha Konasana does work for you, then we're looking to get some big opening up in the groin and the inner thighs. So take your left hand and lean it onto your left knee, and then lean yourself away and try to straighten that arm. Right hand is just cupped around your toes, or you can lean onto your left knee. So we're just straightening that left arm, right knee. That's what I meant. So left knee is being gently encouraged away down towards the ground, and you're leaning so this arm is straight. And then back to center. Now watch out for folding forward here. We want to still maintain that height and length and crown of the head up towards the ceiling stuff. So right hand onto the right knee, gently pushing away. Left hand just around your toes, or leaning your left elbow into your left knee, whatever feels more comfortable. I was just, holding on to the toes. I think it's probably a little bit more effective. So you've got a gentle stretch in the right side, where that arm is working, and you're gently pushing that knee out to the side, and then coming back up. And then let's do both at the same time, and a little bit of pulsing here if that's appropriate for you. So just very gently, don't overdo it. We're just looking for a little bit of movement. So we're butterflying the knees with the arms, with the hands. And again, if that doesn't feel nice, you can always hold on to your feet and just move your knees out to the side by yourself. So settling now, opened up, maybe rock from side to side if you need to. If you're getting a little bit crampy in the hips there, and always you can come back into Sukhasana. We're going to come into a bit of breath work. So close your eyes, find a comfortable seat. Make sure you can feel your sit bones, crown of the head lifting up. Oh gosh, so many instructions. Find that space in your chest, a little bit more movement of the sternum, perhaps away from the pelvis. And then we're only going to breathe in through the nostrils, and let's breathe together. So a little bit of an exhale to start, clear. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As you inhale up, imagine that you're drawing a line from the floor to the ceiling. Exhale. As you exhale, gently draw that line all the way back down to the ground. Inhale, moving that point in your mind's eye. Exhale, moving it back again to the start. Inhale. And exhale. Allow your eyes behind your closed eyelids to move with the breath. So you're moving them up and down. Keep going at your own pace and find the pace that suits you. Just 3 rounds. So if you're starting to feel uncomfortable in the hips, if your back is not comfortable, try to move on unless you're in pain and focus on the breath. And bring to mind your sankalpa, or your intention for yourself, for your practice. And make this the last one. Really move your eye muscles. Still with your eyes closed. And well done. Coming back to yourself. Bring your hands to heart center and let's come into a squat. So however works for you, come into that squat. So we are going to do a little bit of moving. So if you're going to be doing lots of sitting today, this is going to be your pre-sitting preparation. So we're going to move from side to side. So just sliding the hips around, just side to side, a bit like we did earlier with the rib cage, just small movements. And what we're also doing here, I love this movement to start with in yoga because you're also opening up the soles of the feet and getting them ready for all those other lovely asanas that we're going to practice. So spend a little time finding all of your toes and stretching each and every one underneath the toes. Use your hands for support if you want. Otherwise, you can bring them up and you'll be a little bit more upright and you'll be a little bit more working on your balance as well. Do what works for you today. And then we're walking the feet a little further apart, making that movement even greater. So we're really getting into the hips, knees, ankles, and toes. And then bringing your hands down to the ground, taking your legs out quite far away from each other and lifting the hips. So we're coming into a very wide leg forward fold. Point your toes to the corners of your mat, probably going to work. And then we're rocking the hips gently from side to side. You'll find that big stretch. So gently, as if you're taking your right sit bone down to the ground. Your movement is only a few millimeters perhaps, or centimeters. And then lifting and taking the left sit bone down towards closer to the ground. So breathing at that nice steady pace that you practiced right at the beginning. And moving from side to side. Walking your feet a little bit closer towards each other, perhaps, if you need to give yourself that stable base to enable you to come up, uncurling all the way. Knees gently bent. Don't lock the legs, coming up to standing. We're going to keep this width here. We're going to come into a warrior sequence. So taking your right foot, pointing your toes to the narrow end of your mat, and just checking to see that the heel of your right foot lines up with the arch of your back foot before you turn your foot out to the side. So make sure you've got enough room between your feet. They're not in line with each other because you'll be a bit wobbly. And then turning your hips to the narrow end of your mat, facing your right foot, right leg. We're going to swoop the arms out behind. So straighten your arms, lengthen your arms, and at the same time, bring your shoulder blades together, lift your sternum. Give yourself a little space in the neck and throat. And then we're going to bring the arms forward and then bend that right knee. Back heel comes off the mat. Open your chest here. Open the space between your chin and your chest. And breathe. Think about sending your fingertips up towards the ceiling and bringing your armpits forwards, bringing your elbows closer together, extending out that back leg, squeezing that left glute, holding here. Dip a little lower if you can, if you wish, and then we're going to swoop the arms back down at the same time as straightening that leg. Come back to center. Take a breath. And now we're going to be doing exactly the same on the left side. So maybe here you can just change the angle of your feet. Bring your hips round to face the narrow end of your mat. Extend your arms out behind you. Bringing your shoulder blades together. Sternum away from your pelvis. Chin away from your chest. And then with intention, slowly bringing your hands, arms as long as you can make them, all the way around. And then bending your left knee and freeing that left foot out behind you. Look for the space here. Strength in the legs, opening up in the hips. But we're looking for this length in the body, in the torso, stretching your fingertips up. Slight lift to the chin. Engage that right glute if you need to, the right thigh. If you're going to be doing lots of sitting today, lots of being very still, all these big opening movements are going to really help you. And we're holding for one more round of breath. Make it count. Deep breath in through your nostrils, maybe even out through your mouth. And then coming back to standing. Hands to your hips. And we're going to fold forward. So flat back. Hinge at the hips. Slowly lift your kneecaps. Hold at the halfway point. Lift your sit bones. And then folding forward, we're going for that inversion. Crown of your head completely at ease, your neck and head and spine mostly in line. Taking your hands down your legs, so right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot, or maybe you're at the ankles or calves. And breathe. Big, full inhales here, lots of space to breathe. Easing off any tension in the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your shoulders. Soften everything. And then walking your feet together, put your hands to the floor, just underneath your head. Legs come together, ankles touching, big toes just gently touching, and we're going to come up all the way but uncurling. So slow rise here. Use the strength of your legs, long legs, coming all the way up and extending the arms upwards, coming into a little bit of a back bend here, face towards the ceiling, arms either side of your ears. And we'll come all the way down. Change your position if you need to, so you've got space on your mat, bringing yourself into downward facing dog. So pose and counter pose, pose and counter pose. Make sure you've got space. Take your hands a little away from each other, maybe just beyond shoulder width apart today. And the same with your feet, just beyond hip width apart. Sending your sit bones up towards the ceiling, pushing the floor away. Head and neck completely relaxed. So just enjoying this lovely downward facing dog, another inversion. Again, another wonderful posture if you are going to be doing lots of sitting. And then let's pivot forwards. So we're going to look forwards, coming into our plank. So here, we want to set up with head back, legs in line. Gently pushing back on your toes, and then sending yourself forwards, challenging the wrists. Back again. So finding some movement in this plank, sending yourself backwards and forwards. Back into downward facing dog. And then looking forward, taking that right foot out behind and up, lift your right knee. So three-legged dog, lifting that right leg. And then we're going to step that right foot forward. So bring your right thigh into your chest. And then stepping forward, or walking forward, or however you'd like to get forward. Bringing yourself into that nice lunge. So again, a nice big opening in the hips. Try not to round your back. Engage your belly towards your spine. We're going to stand up from here. So nice and strong, push the floor away, bring yourself all the way up, and then we're turning sideways into warrior two. So your legs will stay where they are. You allow your hips to swing around, facing or in line with the long end of your mat. Arms are long and strong, out to the sides, and then your chin comes over to your right shoulder and dropping the hips down a little if you have a bit more movement there. So look for that stretch all the way from your left ear across the back of that shoulder. Look for that strength in the right thigh, the length in the left leg. Remembering to breathe. And then we're taking the left hand down and right hand comes up. And breathe. Maybe bring to mind your sankalpa, bringing your arms back in line with each other. And this time we're going to lean into that right elbow onto the right knee and bring the left arm in line. So you've got a nice line from ankle to wrist to fingertips. Having a bit of a rest. This is a lovely resting pose. We get the stretch without the strain. And breathe. And then we're coming back up to our warrior two. And then straightening that right leg. Keep your arms aloft if you can, while you subtly change the position of your feet. so that your left toes are now pointing out towards the narrow end of left side of your mat. Turn your head to your left shoulder, and then we're going to bend that left knee. Finding your warrior two on the other side. Engaged arms, dropping the hips down. Well done. And then we're looking to bring the left hand up as the right hand comes down. Find your right leg, reaching up. Find that lovely stretch along the left side of your body now. And then coming into that resting lean as you take your right arm over, and we find the stretch on the right side. We're all nicely opened up and ready for our balance posture. Our next asana is going to be Riksasana or tree. Taking the arm right down now, coming back to where you were, straightening both legs, hands to hips, full fold forward. So go all the way into your Prasarita Padottasana. So try not to lock your legs here, a little bit of a bend in the knees, elbows are out to the sides. And take a breath, or two, or three. In through your nostrils, and as slow as you possibly can on the exhale, controlling the exhale right from the start to the finish, maintaining the same pace, the same intensity of breath as you exhale. Using the strength in your legs now, a little bit of a bend in the knee, lifting the back of your head up, nice straight spine, all the way up, and walking your feet in. So let's start on the right side. You can take the right foot down. If you're on the mat, it's a little bit harder. If you are on a floor surface, a hard surface, it's a little easier. So go to what works for you today. Maybe you'd like more challenge, maybe you'd like less challenge. And ask. So standing firmly into that right leg and not pushing the hips too far over to the right side. So we want to really work that right leg. We're going to bring the left foot up so that the heel pushes into the side of the lower leg and your toes are nicely opened up, as they have been in a few other asanas already. And we're working all the time on bringing that knee out to the side. And hopefully you'll feel it right in here. Shoulders are wide, shoulder blades together. Take your arms away from your body. Whether you want to come out here or whether you want to bring them up, it's up to you. Take them to wherever works for you. Let's just focus on the breath. Now, in Vrksasana and tree posture, some days are wobbly days, some sides are wobbly sides. So if you've got something to hold on to, go ahead and use it. If you want to challenge yourself, then you just gently close your eyes and see how you go with the balance. So we're here, either stay here or we're bringing the foot up to the calf. Now, just a little reminder, do not stick your bum out here. We want to have some length here. So think about making space between your waistline and your knees. So we're just getting that length there in the front of the body. And again, still got nice relaxed shoulder blades. So bringing that left foot up just below the knee, or staying where you are and working on opening up the toes, maybe finding a little bit of movement in the posture. Noticing all the muscles that are having to work in the sole of your foot, in the top of your foot, in the sides of your foot. Constantly moving and adapting and adjusting. Maintaining the steady flow of breath in and out. So staying here, if you'd like to add on, you can take your foot higher up into the groin. Otherwise, or even if you have, bringing your arms further up. And we're going to join the hands together, which you might not be able to see, but bring your hands, interlace all your fingers apart from your pointing finger, your first finger. Peter pointer is the first thing that came to mind there, and your thumbs, which just gently press against each other. Using that connection there to allow your shoulders and your elbows to open up a little further and get some space in the sternum, in the front of your body. It also challenges the balance a little. And then release. And let's take that left foot down and give that right knee and leg a nice big circle. So whichever way you go, change around and go the other way. So also a balanced posture, getting some movement in that hip. Bend the knee, flex the knee a few times, and then we're coming over to the other side. So set yourself up, find a comfortable position for your foot, left foot. Think about dropping your weight down into the left side. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bringing your right foot out to the side now. And your right foot is probably going to really enjoy this rest, this little bit of a stretch after having all of the weight of your body just on that one foot. And again, we're taking that knee out to the side, bringing the hips forward, lifting the sternum away, keeping the shoulders wide, keeping your neck long, crown of the head lifted up towards the ceiling, and taking your arms just out to the side gently, or further on if that's what you wish, higher up or up to the ceiling. And breathe. A great trick for balance is to take the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, just behind your front teeth, and to gently press the tip of your tongue into that space there. Still breathing. And we're going to stay here or move on. If you're moving on, we're just coming up to the side, below the knee, not against the knee. And there's not a lot of pushing. We're using the strength of the thigh muscles, the leg muscles, to keep that lift. We're not leaning or resting on that foot. It's just a gentle touch against the side there. Also working on this leg, moving out to the sides. The leg's very busy. Taking your arms all the way up, if that feels good, if that feels appropriate. And again, linking all the fingers apart from your first, and then using that pressure to be able to open your elbows out to the side, sending your elbows a little bit behind you. Giving yourself even more space in the chest. So let's fill it up with breath. Breath and balance. Well done. Let's hold here for one more round of breath. Big inhale. And a long exhale. Releasing your arms out to the side. Nice big stretch along the way. And let's release that right leg. Take that left leg into some big circles. Swinging it around. Change the direction of that circle. And bend the knee a few times. Well done. Come back into a squat. So take a little bit of a wide stance here to come into quite a wide squat. And notice how you are, where you are in this squat. Are your heels on the floor? Are you able to lean back a little? Or are you on toes and your weight more folding forward? and having to hold that balance, constantly adjusting. So just noticing where you are. I'm going to come into Parigasana, gate leg pose. I'm quite conscious of this practice being about really opening everything up so that we're prepped for a nice day of being a bit more sedentary. So bring yourself onto this left foot, left heel. So you're in a half kneel, and then take the right leg out to the side. So point your toes forwards, or if that's too awkward and it feels difficult in your hip, send your toes up towards the ceiling. So we're sitting on the left leg in a kneel, and the right leg is out to the side. Just holding here for a moment, taking a breath. And then we're going to be coming up. So rise up on that left leg. And now you might want to take the toes to the floor, sending that right leg out and gently encouraging your hips to come in line with each other. So Parigasana or gate leg pose, we're going to add on a bit of a stretch. So take your right hand to your right leg, extending your right hand, right leg, left arm coming up and overhead. And this is up to you how much of a bend you wish to bring into it. You just take yourself to the point where you feel that opening up and stretch in the left side, or you can extend on to wherever works for you. Do what works. But just be quite conscious that that's a very big opening up in that right hip. So you may feel it later if you go beyond the point that is appropriate for you for today. Lift your pelvic floor, long in your neck, relaxed face. Lifting with that left arm. And breathe. And bring to mind your sankalpa, perhaps, your intention for yourself. And then reaching that left arm out. So it's not just taking it down, it's letting that arm start to lead you to coming back into an upright position and taking it all the way down. Bring your hands to the floor in front of you. So you're going to bend, take your hands to the floor, bring that right knee in, push yourself back, and send that left leg out to the side now. So we're sending the left leg out to the side from this kneeling position. The top of my foot is flat to the floor. I'm not up on toes. So that would be adding in a screaming toe. So we're not doing that. Make sure that your chest is lifted. You've got lovely wide shoulders, soft shoulder blades. Just settling here for a moment, finding that opening up in the hip, allowing that opening to happen slowly. And then we are going to be coming up. So using your hands or just using the strength in your leg, whoops, he says, and then sending your foot either facing forward, so your toes are facing forward. If you're more comfortable, you can send your toes up towards the ceiling. We want to get the hips forward here. So bring your hip bones forward, squeeze your glutes a little, extending that left leg out as far as it will happily go, and trying to bring your hips in line. So have a feel, where are your hip bones? Just check that they're roughly in line. And then sending your arms out to the side, opening up the chest, head and neck, long crown of your head lifting up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to take the left hand down to the left leg. Have a slide, right arm comes up. Find that stretch. Engage your pelvic floor. Softness in that left shoulder. Well done. Big movements here. They're soft movements, they're not too hard, but they're still big movements. So enjoy that feeling of expansiveness in your body and lift your pelvic floor and remember to breathe. And again, here you're either lifting straight up or you're bringing yourself into more of a side bend. Do what's appropriate for you for today. And when you're ready, taking a big inhale. On the exhale, let's lift up. Come all the way out and bring that left knee in. So we've got both knees together up in that high lean. And this time we are going to come into that toe squeeze. So tuck your toes under and gently lower yourself back down. If that is too much, then don't come all the way down. Just go to where works for you. Into that lovely screaming toe posture. Did I say lovely? And then taking your hands down to the mat. Release your feet. Bring your knees out to the side and send yourself forward into child posture, Balasana. So our first Balasana of the practice. Enjoy finding that space in the hips and the spine, across the shoulders. Maintain steady in and out breath. Conscious breathing. Make this your last round of breath. And then looking forward, pressing into your hands, bringing yourself up into tabletop position. So a little bit of strength work for the back and shoulders. We're going to come into bird dog. So push the floor away with your hands so that you get that length in your arms, wide across your shoulders, strong shoulders, and make sure that your knees are underneath your hips. Here, you won't want to have your feet or your knees and your hands too far away from each other. They will need to be directly underneath you, not out to the side. So we're going to engage the pelvic floor, find that stability and strength in the core, pushing down into your left hand, releasing the right hand off, keeping your head and neck in line. Your gaze is at the floor and you're sliding that right arm out and bringing it up, pointing out in front of you. At the same time, that left leg extends out. So we're trying to keep the shoulders level and the hips level. So try not to lift that left hip up towards the ceiling. Don't let yourself drop down into your left shoulder. We're pushing the floor away. Breathe. Use your breath to help you. Strong, steady inhales and exhales. And then bringing your knee and your elbow in towards each other underneath your body, allowing your spine to curl a little. Hold that squeeze, 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 and then coming down to the mat again. So same again on the other side. Push the right hand into the floor. Left knee is strong and steady, and your left arm slides away. Sending that left arm forward and right leg back. Belly button in towards your spine. Elbows are straight. Head and neck in line, extending that right leg out to the back. Not lifting the right hip, not lifting the left shoulder. Breathe. And then we're going to bring the elbow and knee together underneath the body, curling the back, squeezing in, and then bringing yourself back to that starting position. Bring your knees together, big toes together, heels together, send yourself back, pushing back into Balasana, forehead down towards the mat, and release your arms to your sides. Extend your arms back as far as they will go and then allow them to relax. Bring yourself all the way up to sitting. Done quite a lot of forward folds this morning. Lots of forward motion. We're going to, and quite a lot of sideways motion as well, which is good. We're going to finish off with a little camel. So Ustrasana, if you know that various props help you, please find them. Sometimes having something stacked up on top of your heel can help so that you don't have as far to go. So we're going to tuck the toes under, bring the hips forward, squeeze the glutes. So if you are using a prop, a cushion, or a block to the side, perhaps, just place it over there so you don't have as far to go. If Ustrasana is tricky on your knees, give yourself a double fold on your mat, because there's a lot of weight going down through quite a bony part of your knees. And do not suffer any knee pain, please. So we're going to be pushing the hips forward, hands to your hips, toes are tucked under, gently sending your hips forward as if you were just doing that big stretch where you go, oh, you stand up, you've been sitting for a while, hands into the back, gently pushing forwards. Looking up towards the ceiling, long in the fronts of your thighs. We've warmed up for this. You've stretched the legs magnificently. And then coming back to center. So now we're going to pivot a little. Have your hands behind you just so that you have that slight feeling of safety, but you're also adding on to the weight that your thighs are going to have to work with. So you're going to be pivoting back. So just gentle pivot at the knees, lean back, and lean forwards. Take an inhale. On the exhale, leaning back. On the inhale, coming forwards. We're going to combine the two now. So hands to your lower back. Send your hips forwards. Bring your shoulder blades together. And then we're going to pivot back and find a foot. So go to the left side first. And if you know that that's as far as it's going to work for you, for your spine, for your body today, then you release out the right arm and allow it to just be nice and open so we get that big stretch across the front of the chest. If Ustrasana is somewhere that you can get to and you're quite happy, do both hands and allow your head to drop back. If you are over on your left, come back up and repeat the process and come over onto the right so that you have both sides of the body having an opportunity to experience the asana. Don't forget to remember to lean back and use those strong muscles in your thighs and your glutes. Don't have all the bend coming from your back. Use your legs as well. And then let's come out. Bring the knees away from each other. Bring the big toes together. And then sending yourself back into that lovely balasana. And this time, hands just stacked one on top of the other. Bring your right cheek to the mat. Bring your elbows out to the side. So knees to the side, elbows to the side. So, Ustrasana is a very strong posture. And it's incredibly important as you practice yoga to always tap into what is right for you for today, not what we could do last week or last year or when we were 10 years old, but right now, right today. You don't know what's going on in your body. You don't know where your body is having to send resources today. So tapping into what is appropriate for you today is one of the most powerful things you can practice. Bring yourself away from the floor, stretch your arms forwards, keep your chest up, stretching, push the floor away with your hands, and then coming back, stacking your hands once more on top of each other, sending your elbows out to the side, and bring your left cheek to the mat, your left temple. Lovely passive stretch for the neck, a little bit of a twist. Soften through the whole of your chest and your spine, and the whole of your pelvis. Lots of nice space to breathe. So taking that breath into your chest, into your belly, the sides of your body. And then looking forward, using your hands, bringing yourself all the way up, bringing your feet forward, extending your legs out. Give yourself some space on your mat if you need it. Give yourself some space for your sit bones. And then we're going to be gliding back down to the ground. So either bringing yourself knees into chest and rolling down, or extending the arms out, allowing the legs to slide as you slowly float down to lying on your mat. Once you are on the mat, bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Big hug. Give yourself a loving hug. And taking your arms either just elbows out to the side, hands interlaced above your head, or stretching your arms out to the side in a T, whatever you feel like doing today. Taking your knees over to the right side. So it might be that you want to bring your feet down towards the ground and then turn your knees over to the right side, or you want to go from there. Just do what works for you that enables you to keep that left shoulder on the ground. If your left shoulder starts to levitate, then adjust the angle of your legs. So final spinal twist, and we're looking for ease here, looking for it to be a comfortable, delicious spinal stretch. Not hard work, not difficult, not uncomfortable. So find the version that feels lovely. And taking your head back to center, bringing your knees across, all the way over. Same again on the other side. So settle your legs first, then move your head. Get that twist all the way up into your neck. Gently giving your spine a little bit of space, a little bit of movement, and allowing movement around the joints, helping to clear out any little cloudy bits, stuff that's old and needs to be recycled or got rid of. And bringing your head back to center, bringing your knees back into center. And give yourself a hug. Whether you want to have your knees together or your knees slightly drawn apart from each other, it's completely up to you. Huge hug. Well done. Send yourself so much love. and gratitude and appreciation and thankfulness for your body, for you, for being you. And then uncurling, bringing yourself into Shavasana. So find your Shavasana, find your space, take up room, stretch, have a wiggle. This is my favorite bit. So we have to have a nice big wiggle here. Extending your limbs, making sure that you are as long as possible, that you have stretched so that when you come to relax, it feels all the more comfortable, all the more soft and relaxed. Find your Shavasana, find your space. Allow yourself to sink completely into the ground. Let the ground hold you. Every in breath, filling up with light and warmth and possibility for the future. With every out breath, sinking a little deeper, letting the ground hold you. Getting a sense of melting into the floor. All tension in your muscles completely draining away. Inhaling right down into your toes, into your fingertips, into your belly and along your spine and the back of your head, the crown of your head. Exhaling, making space, letting go. Letting go of minor nonsense, things that were pricking and poking and irritating. Just let it all go. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Just quietly, gently appreciating the miracle of your body. Breathing in with a softness, and breathing out as a release. Starting to feel that movement of the breath coming and going, moving into the rest of your body and allowing you to feel that energy, that zinging of life throughout the whole of your body. And when you're ready, coming to lie on your right side. So you're allowing your spine to just gently curl, cradling your head, bending your knees, softly being supported by the ground in that elemental first position. Taking a deep inhale. On the exhale, starting to move, starting to bring yourself up to sitting. Finding your seated position that is easy and effortless and comfortable. Spine long, crown of the head lifted, hands together at heart center. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, gently bringing your hands to your face, helping to move your eyes. Taking a big inhale. On the exhale, opening your eyes, squeezing those muscles around your eyes, blinking a few times into that space. Taking a big inhale. On the exhale, floating your hands back to heart center, to namaste and namaste. I hope you have a sense of having joined yourself, mind, body, and spirit in one place, quietly, intentionally, with lots of movement, lots of strength, lots of opening up. And thank you for joining me on the mat. And thank you for joining you on the mat. Have a wonderful day.